So as you can see, I'm opting to start sitting in a chair. So you can certainly do that, or if you're comfortable sitting on the floor, cross-legged or hero pose on a block, whatever's gonna work for you for today. Yeah. And so we're actually gonna start right in with we're gonna check the range of motion in the neck, and then we're gonna do an ear massage to release tension in the ear, jaw, shoulder, neck network. And then we'll retest the range of motion. So just sitting up nice and tall, whether you're on the floor or in a chair, make sure you're not slouching, because the range of motion in the neck gets severely limited when you slouch. So sit up tall. And then we'll start by turning your head, turn your head to your right, and just notice how far you can turn the head. Notice the tension or the ease that you feel as you turn the head. And then look as far back in the room as you can, and just notice how far you can see. And then bring your head back to the center. And then you're going to use the right hand to start massaging and pulling. If you have earrings, take those out. And start pulling and squeezing your earlobes. You go all the way up to the top, pulling and squeezing back down to the bottom. Fairly firm pressure, pulling and squeezing. Make sure you're not clenching in the jaw when you do this. And then take your index finger and kind of press around those curves in the earlobe area. Kind of that harder part of the earlobe, the more cartilagey, not as fleshy part. And then take a couple of fingers on the jawline in the front, and with fairly firm pressure, press from the jawline in a sweeping motion up towards your temple on that side, and just sweeping motion up and down in front of the ear a few times. You might already feel that your ear is kind of hot on that side. That's a sign that we're releasing the fascial tension. And then do that same sweeping motion, but from the back of the jaw up the back of the ear. A few times sweeping up and down behind the ear. And then a couple more times, squeeze the ear and pull, go up and down a couple times. And then set that right arm down. And before you even turn your head, just sit and notice if the two sides feel any different before you even turn your head. And then turn your head slowly to the right again. And notice if the ease or the range of motion or just the overall feel, maybe you can see further back in the room. I definitely gained some range of motion. And then back to the center. And shrug your shoulders up and let them relax down. Do that one more time. Shrug them up and down. And now we'll do the other side. So again, without slouching, sit up nice and tall. Turn your head to the left. Notice your range of motion and just generally how it feels. And then back to the center. Use your left hand. Start squeezing and pulling on your outer ear. Going up and down from the bottom part of the lobe, up around to the top. And then take the index finger, kind of go through those curves of the ear. A few times up and down with the index finger. And then with the fingers on the jaw in the front, do that sweeping motion up and down in front of the ear. So up towards the temple and back down towards the jaw. And then do that same sweeping motion, but behind the ear. And then a couple more times, pulling and squeezing. So you pull it in all directions. So when you're down at the bottom, pull it down. And then as you're going up, pull it out to the side. And then when you get towards the top, pull it more up. And then relax that left hand down. And again, before you turn the head or anything, just notice how it feels even before you turn it. And then slowly turn your head. Notice if there's any change. And then back to the center. Not as fun doing this to the video because I don't get all the oohs and the ahs about the change and the range of motion. But hopefully you experience something with that.